G'day trendsetters, I'm John with Gravel Cyclist and I'm coming to you today with another no bull review. Something different today. The name American Classic, a name that was recently reborn. This is the American Classic Timekeeper Road Tubeless tyre. You might be thinking, why the hell are you reviewing a tyre designed for road? Well, I happen to ride road semi-regularly and I like to mix it up with my road bike, keep it somewhat fun and take it on to mixed surface roads from time to time. Nearly 40 years ago, Mr. Bill Shook, a bike racer and member of the United States national team. With Bill's background in mechanical and engineering, he had the drive to create bicycle parts that were lighter and better than those on the market at that particular time. This led Bill to open the doors of American Classic in 1982 with his bottle coach design and micro-adjustable and timeless seat post design. That seat post was firstly available in aluminium and later in titanium. This led to a vast array of products that Bill designed, which later led to a complete line of high zoot wheel sets. Company ownership has changed and sees a launch of a complete line of tyres. There are 8 tyres in all across that landscape, 2 for the road, 1 for commuting and 5 for gravel. Which brings me to the Timekeeper tyre, so let's cover that right now. The American Classic Timekeeper is the company's premier road tyre and is available in 700C by 25mm and 700C by 28mm. This is the 28mm variant. You can also get it with a black sidewall or a tan sidewall like this example here. This is the tubeless variant. There's also a variant for regular tubes. Tread compound is the company's Rubberforce S, and the casing is also fitted out with the company's Stage 3 ultralight puncture protection. Okay, enough claptrap. Let's get these little beauties onto the gram scale. Sample number 1, 298 grams. Sample number 2, complete with the wrapping, 295 grams. That's the tech specs covered. Now it's time to mount up the American Classic Timekeeper tyres to a tubeless rim. In this circumstance, it's an older rim made by Stan's No Tubes, the Alpha 340. This was one of the world's first road tubeless specific rims. I don't think they're manufactured anymore, but as you can see, it's built into a beautiful hand-built wheel set, 32 spokes. This is going to be heading on to one of my personal road bikes. Tyre mounted, the secondary cylinder of my trusty Bontrager TLR flash charger pump is inflated to 124 psi. I've removed the valve core. This is a dry mount. There's no sealer inside. My sealer of choice is Orange Seal Endurance Formula, the best there is. Okay. This tyre is mounted, no worries at all, and it just popped into the bead. Now I'm expecting these tyres to be undersized considering this is a 17mm internal rim. Let's have a look. Hopefully you can see that. I'll bring it closer. 27.66mm. So that's almost bang on spec. In fact, if you had wider rims, you could probably expect 29-30mm with these 28mm wide tyres. That's the tyre mounting procedure covered. Now it's time to see how the American Classic Timekeeper tyre rides. If my close-up handling of these tyres didn't provide any clues, they are of high quality, they're very well made, and their price is unbelievable. US $35 for a tubeless ready road tyre is almost unheard of. Very important point, these tyres are for hooked rims only, which is my default for any road-oriented tubeless application. In addition to the 32 spoke wheels I showed earlier, I've also been riding these tyres on a pair of Fast Sports carbon tubeless ready rim brake wheels that I'll be posting a review of shortly. Those rims measure close to 20mm internally, and I'm pleased to say the American Classic tyres measure a millimetre wider on these rims, so you could expect 1 to 3mm of additional width on rims that are wider internally. These tyres roll fast and rival brands that cost more than double their price for the same level of performance. At the correct pressure for your body weight, the ride quality is excellent, smooth and plush, and cornering traction is spot on. These tyres feel very lively, their sidewalls are on the thin side and quite pliable, which I believe adds to their feel on the road. I've experienced no punctures on paved surfaces with these tyres, but I have pushed them harder on some mixed surface roads, which is something they were never designed for. I have to say they roll beautifully on hard-packed mixed surface roads, but do take care if you use them in this capacity. I did manage to puncture the rear tyre striking a rock on the sidewall, completely my own fault, but installing a tube got me home, and I was able to effect a repair later by adding a tube type patch internally and a liberal amount of glue. That tyre continues to hold air very well. I've read a few reviews online that reported some quality issues relating to these tyres, so I'm hoping those were some early teething problems. I happily report good luck with these review samples, so much so that I've procured a few more pairs for some of my personal road bikes. You could say the American Classic Timekeeper Tubeless roadie tyre is now my go-to tubeless roadie tyre. And if tubeless isn't your thing, remember that American Classic also offers tubed versions of these tyres. So there you have it, my review of the American Classic Timekeeper tyre with tan sidewall. I realise nowadays there's quite a few tyres available on the market for your road bike if you're into the tubeless road tyre scenario. So I hope that my review went some way to helping you make an informed purchase decision. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the Gravel Cyclist YouTube channel for content such as this, other product reviews, no bull gravel bike reviews, ride experience videos and other madness, as all of it is released to the channel. I'll see you and you in the next video.